Welcome to All Up in Your Business. Let's answer questions and stuff. Okay. You don't have to be with me the whole time. Why don't you want to answer questions with me, little bird? Little bird's not a fan of being on camera. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to All Up in Your Business and another round of responding to comments and answering questions. I'm Aiden Durham, business and branding attorney with 180 Law Co. in Colorado. Before we get into your questions and stuff, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so. Click the notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video. And check the description for links to additional information and resources. It's the end of the day, so I'm going to crack open a nice drink. This is not... Pro tip, you guys. I'm not like sponsored or in any way associated with Topo Chico, but Topo Chico is officially the superior hard seltzer drink, if you ask me. So crack open a can or pour yourself a drink or whatever, and let's have some fun, okay? Okay. All right. I'm all hyped up because I've been obsessed, like most people, with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Of course, I just turned it off right now so it wouldn't be playing in the background, but I'm going to be getting right back into it. It gets me all hyped up. I don't do any stuff in court. I don't go to trial. I don't go to court. And I don't remember really anything about evidence or, how to do a trial. So it's fun for me to get a nice refresher of how to do it well or how to not do it so well. Okay, anyway, enough of that. Question time. All right, the first one. Can I use my company's Facebook page as proof that I am using the trademark if asked in the process? I'm going to stop you right there. It's you will be asked for proof that you're using your trademark in the trademark registration process, assuming you're doing it in the U.S. Not all jurisdictions are the same, but you will be asked for it in the process. Can I use my Facebook page if your Facebook page shows use of the trademark in connection with the goods and services that you identify on the application? Then yeah, absolutely. A Facebook page is an acceptable specimen as anything else. But if it's like just your personal Facebook page that has your name on it and pictures of your kids or food that you eat, no, that's not going to be acceptable. So it's not a question of is my Facebook page acceptable? It's does my Facebook page show what needs to be shown for the trademark? And we need to show the trademark and how it's being used in connection with your goods or services. And can I use the word group in my LLC and trademark name? For instance, X group. Yeah, you can use whatever you want. For the most part, you can use whatever you want. If you have multiple DBAs under an LLC and one of your DBAs is being sued for liability, are all the DBAs at risk for being sued? Yes, your DBA wouldn't be getting sued. Your LLC would be getting sued. DBAs aren't. There's no separation. It's literally just a nickname for your LLC. So if you're operating under multiple DBAs and liability arises because of one of those operations, then yeah, the liability is to the LLC, and all of the LLC's assets are at risk, including assets that might be associated with another DBA. Question I have is, should you create the umbrella holding company in a state that lets you remain anonymous like Wyoming? Is that okay to do? Is it okay to do? Yeah, absolutely. Should you? I don't know. I know nothing about you. If privacy and anonymity is important to you, then yeah, that would be a good way around it, I suppose, by registering Wyoming if Wyoming permits that. I don't know. I don't do a whole lot of formations in Wyoming because I'm not licensed there. Should you? I don't know. You should talk to a lawyer in Wyoming or in your state or jurisdiction. Is it okay to do? Yeah, that's fine. Sole proprietor. If I bring my 16-year-old son on as an employee after getting a work permit, do I need an EIN? An EIN is required if you have employees. It doesn't matter how old they are or if you're related to them or not. If you're paying people on payroll, then you need an EIN. 6 years ago, my business LLC status went into involuntary dissolution. Should I reinstate or can I start a new entity with my old name, which is still available? Again, should you? I don't know. I don't know anything about you. I can't tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Can you? Yeah, you can reinstate it, or you can start a new entity with the old name. The drawback of reinstating a dissolved LLC is that, any potential liability that may be connected to it is then going to be connected to it once you reinstate it. So if you're trying to start fresh with a brand new entity that has no history to it, then it's usually going to be better to just start a new entity. But you can do either. Whether you should do one or the other, again, I don't know. You should talk to a lawyer who's licensed in your state. So this question is in regard to, I think it has to do with changing your business, your LLC name. And I mentioned in that video that if you've changed your company name, you need to let the IRS know about it one way or the other. You can sometimes indicate it on your tax filings that the business name has changed, or you can write a letter to the IRS and notify them about this. So I'm questioning about the letter being sent to the IRS. I sent a letter in a month ago wondering if I'll receive updated documents confirming the change of the name. No, as far as I'm aware, the IRS isn't going to send you a confirmation or any kind of updated document about it. They might actually send a letter. Let me look in my files, because I changed my business name a few years back and I had to go through this same thing. So I'm going to check back and see if I got something back from the IRS. I don't believe so. I don't see anything in my files. I'm not certain. I'm pretty sure the IRS isn't going to send anything confirming the name change, or they're not going to send updated documents. That's for sure. They're not going to send you a new EIN letter with the new name. That's definitely not going to happen. I tried a few weeks ago opening up a business bank account, was denied due to having my updated state amendment paperwork and an old copy of the previous name from the IRS with the same EIN. Now I'm stuck. I would say try another bank or another banker. Sometimes, no offense to banking professionals, but they don't, in my experience, always understand exactly how the law works with business stuff. And the fact, if you can show them this was the name previously and that matches the EIN, and here's the paper trail of where I amended the name, that is when I've done this myself, that was perfectly acceptable. So my best tip, if you're pretty sure you've got everything right, but the bank is telling you you don't, try talking to a different bank. Can I deposit the earnings of my LLC where I bill myself as an employee to the client into my personal checking account via direct deposit, or does there need to be a separate account for it? If you can't tell, no, I don't know what you mean by where I bill myself as an employee to the client, but no, if you never deposit earnings of your LLC into your personal checking account. Earnings of the LLC go into the LLC's account, and then you can take payment from it, either as a distribution or payroll, depending on how things are structured. But no, never deposit money directly into your bank account. Always into the business. In regards to a business credit profile, what do you think would appear to be more beneficial to see from a lender's perspective? Making a financial contribution and letting the business bank account season for a few months, leaving the money in there, or loaning money to the business to help season it that way, and being able to provide the necessary documents to lenders in regards to that? Or is there any real valuable difference? A contribution versus a member loan to the business. If it's going to depend, but if you're like a single member LLC and you're loaning the money to your business, it's going to be the same. I don't think there's going to be any difference. Lenders are going to be more concerned about cash flow, profitability, if you're in the beginning of a business, your credit history, your credit score, that kind of stuff. Can I use a registered agent's address as my business address? It depends on if the registered agent permits you to do that. Some do, some don't. Most of them that I am familiar with don't want you using their address as the business address, but there are a few who will permit you to do that. Check, email, call your registered agent or whoever you're interested in working with and see if they'll allow you to do that. If you put two letters together to create a logo, should it be copyrighted or trademarked? A logo is a trademark. There might be some elements to it that could be protectable by copyright, but a logo, if you're using it as a trademark, then it's a trademark. And the best protection for it as a trademark would be registering it as a trademark. Does that mean I cannot start working, selling, etc. with my business until after the trademark comes back? As if it does take a year, does that mean I have to wait whatever time before I start selling? No, it's the opposite. You have to start selling. You have to start using your trademark in commerce before it will actually be registered. So no, that's not what that means. You absolutely can and will have to start working, selling, etc. in your business prior to when the trademark is officially registered. Okay, Topo Chico break. Again, you guys, I'm not sponsored. If Topo Chico sees this and you guys want to get in with me, I'd be totally down, but man, is this good. Okay, what's the best address to put? Bubbly. What's the best address to put if you want a different mailing address? For example, the section, do you have a mailing address different from above where you want mail to be sent? If I have a virtual business address, but I don't want to use my virtual business address as my mailing address, should I use a P.O. box or home address? For whatever you want. It doesn't make a difference. If you would rather have a P.O. box as your mailing address, then you can go ahead and do that. If you'd rather have your home address as the mailing address, that's perfectly fine as well. Can a DBA be trademarked? So this is the wrong question to ask. It's not, can a DBA be trademarked? It's, is your DBA a trademark? If you're using a name, whether it be your LLC name, your DBA name, or any other name, if you're using it as a trademark, then it can be trademarked. It can be registered as a trademark. It doesn't matter if it's a DBA, a trade name, the actual entity name, something else, a logo, whatever it is. If it is a trademark, then you can register it as a trademark, and you can absolutely use a DBA as a trademark. One of my favorites, you guys. This is just one of my favorites. I love these questions. Why do you talk that way? Who could take someone seriously who talks like an insecure preteen? Their entire generation's lost to these weird affectations. She's beautiful and intelligent, but doesn't sound like an adult. I don't know what does an adult sound like? So what? Why do I talk that way? I guess because that's the way that I talk. I grew up in Southern California, if that makes any difference. I have that Valley girl afflection. Whatever. Why do you think so much? Why do you get so affected by the way people talk? That's the real question. Anyway, can you make a video about franchise? Ooh, I don't know. Maybe. Franchises, you guys, are really, really complicated. If I were to make a video about franchises, most of it would be, don't do this based off of YouTube. Don't do a franchise on your own using free info you get from YouTube or the internet. If you are in the realm of franchising, if you want to franchise, you have to. You really, not literally have to, but you really need to work with an attorney who is very, very familiar with franchise law and how franchising and licensing works. There are a lot of things that go into franchising. Maybe I'll make a video about it. I don't do any work with franchises. It's not my area of expertise because it's very complicated. So maybe, I don't know. I'll put it on the list. In the meantime, though, find an attorney who is licensed in your state who deals with franchises. Okay, that's all, you guys. How much fun was that? What a great day. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the comments and questions. You guys are lovely. I love you. Most of you, not that person who's talking crap about how I speak. God, that's so annoying. Just let me have my voice. Why can't I just talk the way I talk without people getting all up in my getting all up in my business about it. I don't even realize when I make my own joke. Okay. Like, subscribe, share. Check the description for more info, free stuff to download, and all kind of fun stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Aiden Durham, and I'll see you next time.